Okay, so today's story is honestly one of the reasons why going live on a platform is one of the scariest things ever. Like, don't get me wrong, we have all these crazy cool streamers like I Show Speed, Aiden Ross, and, even Kai Cenat. And one thing I will say is that, every streamer has its, like, perks of going live, but at the same time, though, any mistake you do will be on the internet forever. And I mean forever. But before that, I want to announce real quick that I'm going to be going live on kick.com. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically a platform that a lot of awesome content creators are moving on to, like Aiden Ross, for example. And obviously, I do want to stream and get to talk to you guys and tell you guys crazy stories like this one live and face to face. So if you guys want to see that, just click the link down below and follow my Kick account. It's literally verified and ready for you guys to press that follow button for. And just wait till I go live and just enjoy a good time with me. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, let's get straight into this crazy story. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba and welcome back to another insane story. So this story takes place back when I was in high school. This is when Twitch was actually like kind of bumping, and everyone had the dream of becoming a famous streamer and stuff. And I think like Twitch was made in like 2011, and like over the years, like in the beginnings of Twitch, obviously TOS and rules weren't that big of a deal. I'm saying that with quotations because obviously whatever you do live on the internet is obviously like a big fear factor, because you never know like between right and wrong when you're in content mode. At least I know I don't. But I remember basically back when I was in high school, there was a girl in my school who was basically a streamer. She actually like ended up really blowing up on basically a platform called Twitch that we all know and love to this day. And basically one thing I will say is that she was streaming on there, and literally no joke, for some reason she gained so many viewers and so many followers because a big streamer rated her one time, and apparently she was like one of the hot girls on Twitch for some reason, and people really got to know her and stuff, and she became really popular. And knowing this, and she was a girl in my school, obviously like a lot of people in my school started realizing who she was and stuff, and a lot of people started simping for her literally at my school. Now obviously I knew this girl, and before she became even famous, I did the Devil's Tango with her, but I'm not gonna say that story. I will say that for another time. But basically, I remember I used to always watch her on Twitch because it would be super entertaining to see all the guys simp for her, even though like already tapped that, you know what I mean, boys? Like, special credit, But other than me being absolutely disgusting and saying that, one thing I will say is that I remember back in high school, there was one time where everyone got really excited, and I had no idea why, but apparently when I checked her YouTube channel that she had to like basically update her followers on like what's going on in her life, I remember she was doing a big stream where basically she hit like over like 100 subs on Twitch, and she was planning on doing a drunk stream. Now, I will say this, being intoxicated and making content is never a good idea. Like, I think we all have seen Kai Cenat, pass out from taking edibles live on stream. We've seen like, people accidentally doing some mistakes on stream, but when you're in the influence, anything could happen. And I'm saying this right now, don't underage drink, kids. It's not a good idea, especially if you're going live and doing it. But I remember basically my buddy ended up running up to me telling me like, bro, like she's actually gonna do a drunk stream. Like she's telling everyone in school to like make sure to watch her after school today. Like this is gonna be insane, bro. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, there's no way this girl's actually gonna do this. Because first off, her parents would be home. Second, she's gonna be like underage drinking live on the internet. Like that's never a good idea. And three, like really? Like why would she? Like it's just not a good look on her. But at the same time, the internet's full of crazy things. So I remember basically, I ended up telling my buddy like, yo, bro, like there's no way she's actually gonna go through with this. And then afterwards, I remember the girl that was like a streamer was walking by us, and she basically almost heard somewhat of our conversation. She came up to me and said, actually, Bubba, I actually am gonna do it, so like you could just watch. And she ended up flipping her hair back with like her major ego that she had and basically walked away from me. At that point, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like her, and yes, we did not end on good terms, but she was very, how do I put this, her ego was really blindsiding her common sense, I would say. But basically I remember I told her like, all right, whatever, do what you want, do what you gotta do. And I remember I basically just ignored her and walked away. From there, I remember basically everyone on Snapchat was messaging each other, talking about what was gonna go down, and basically everyone was excited. Actually, funny enough, she was planning on inviting a guy over to her stream, and I thought that was a really bad idea, but she wasn't gonna listen to me because she's the content creator. She knows everything. I don't know. She was just being dumb. But going on with the story, I remember basically I ended up like kind of like staying away from all the talk that was going on about it. And I remember when I got home that day, I ended up playing Black Ops 2, enjoying my time, watching some Jacksepticeye and just chilling until I got a notification on my phone that she actually ended up going live. Now at this point, I remember I ended up going into her live stream, and I remember I was typing in her chat, seeing a lot of people from my school watching her, and basically everyone was there. I'm not gonna lie, she had like over like 500 viewers of just people that her fans and people from my school were all watching her. Now 500 viewers may not seem a lot nowadays, even though like we see people like XQC and Kai Cenat pulling over like 60,000 viewers like it's nothing, but 500 people can really make a difference. Like as a person that's actually like overachieved over 100,000 followers thanks to you guys, I will say this much: when a lot of people start hearing your voice, it gets really scary. And even when I first first hit like my first 500 followers, I will say this much: what happens on the internet stays on the internet forever. So I remember I'm just watching this girl basically talk and stuff, and then that's when she decided to go on stream and say, all right guys, it's time to take shots. For every sub I get, I'm gonna take a shot. She said it's so girly and so gross. Like, it was actually like disgusting, to the point where I was about to click off stream, but then I ended up seeing like 20 people sub, and she ended up pouring 20 shots, and no joke, she took them down like a champ. Like, I've never seen a girl drink like that, like, ever, especially since we were in high school. But I remember this girl was taking back-to-back shots on the internet live doing this, and I'm like, okay, like, this is a little over the top, you know what I mean? And at that point, I remember like 20 minutes later, more people started subbing, and more people started basically donating to her and stuff, and it got to a point where she's like, okay guys, like, I can't take any more drinks. What else do you guys want? And obviously, guys on the internet are really creeps. I will say that much. Like, there's a lot of people on the internet that are like really, really weird, champ. And basically, I remember there was one guy in her chat who was like a major simp for her, like literally made a fan page on Twitter about her saying, oh, like, flash like your cherries at us. Wait, what? And I remember the streamer ended up reading that chat, the girl streamer, and she literally looked at it and said, oh, okay, next sub, I'll do it. And then for some reason, this guy that was in her chat, some random simp, ended up donating to her like 100 gifted subs. And no joke, that's when it happened. She literally ended up taking off her full-on top in front of everyone live with over 500 viewers. And yeah, no joke, she ended up showing everyone her cherries. She flashed the entire live stream, and I don't even know how she didn't get banned instantly. But right after that happened, I remember everyone was looking and screenshotting, and the next minute I see everyone on Snapchat posting on their stories what she just did. I remember like after like 10 minutes later, her parents ended up walking into the room, seeing what was going on, and literally unplugged her computer. Not turn off the stream, they literally unplugged her computer, and the stream ended. At that point, I was amazed. I'm like, there's no way she just did that, because I was in like major shock. And then I remember the next day, she ended up like posting like an apology on like social media, basically like, you know, saying sorry for what she did and stuff. And I won't lie to you, it was actually like really, really dumb what she did, but I mean, she was intoxicating and streaming. Like, what could you expect? And I remember she actually didn't even show up to school for like 2 weeks because she was so embarrassed of what happened. Like, to be fair, if I pulled out my eggplant on like any platform, obviously I'd be embarrassed too. But at the same time though, like, I remember she wouldn't show up to school, nothing. And I remember I had her on Snapchat, so I ended up snapping her saying, hey, like, is everything okay? Yeah, I got blocked, but you know, at least I was kind of being there for her. I remember everyone was like talking about it for like almost 2 months of like that situation happening. And all I'm gonna say is that it never goes away. What happens on the internet stays on the internet. Anyways, guys, make sure you guys follow for more embarrassing stories. But on top of that, make sure you guys do follow my Kick account. Like I said, link is in the description down below. I'll be streaming on there soon. And like I always say, follow for more embarrassing but crazy stories. All right, peace out, guys.